All right, welcome to our Explainer. Today, we're diving into one of the most powerful software platforms out there, Microsoft's .NET. We're going to break down exactly what it is, how it works, and why it's the secret engine behind so many of the apps you use every single day.
I mean, have you ever really thought about it? What's actually running under the hood of your favorite apps? Whether it's a huge piece of software you use at work or just a game on your phone, there's a really good chance .NET is the thing making it all tick.
So, to really get why .NET is such a big deal, we first need to talk about the problem it was designed to solve. And that problem is the mind-boggling complexity of actually building modern software.
Okay, so imagine you're a developer trying to build an app from square one. It's like being thrown into this giant, confusing labyrinth. You have to figure out how to manage every little piece of your computer's memory, you have to build all the security features yourself, and then you have to make it work on Windows, on a Mac, on Linux. It's just an enormous amount of work before you even get to the fun stuff.
Microsoft saw this giant labyrinth and all the developers struggling inside it. So, way back in 2002, they introduced their powerful solution. They called it the .NET Framework. So what is it exactly? Well, at its core, .NET is this amazing software platform that creates something called a managed environment. You can think of it like having a super skilled assistant who just handles all the tedious, difficult, and messy background tasks for you, automatically. This lets developers stop worrying about the plumbing and start focusing on what really matters, building cool features for us.
Now, to understand how .NET performs all this magic, we need to pop the hood and look inside the engine. It really boils down to two main parts.
The easiest way to think about it is this. .NET has a brain and a toolbox. The brain, which is called the Common Language Runtime, or CLR, is the part that actually runs the code and keeps it safe and stable. And the toolbox, the Framework Class Library, or FCL, is just stuffed with ready-to-use code that helps developers build things way faster.
Let's look a little closer at that brain, the CLR. This is the absolute heart of .NET. It's like this incredibly diligent manager that's always watching over your app while it's running. It handles memory, it enforces security rules, it just makes sure everything is stable. This behind-the-scenes work is exactly what makes .NET apps so reliable. And then you have the toolbox, the FCL. Oh man, this is a developer's dream. It's a gigantic, pre-stock toolbox filled with thousands of pieces of code for common tasks, like opening a file or talking to a database. I mean, why would you build a hammer from scratch if there's a perfect one sitting right there for you to use?
And believe me, this toolbox is absolutely huge. If a developer wants to build a user interface, work with files, query a database, build a whole web application, you name it, there's probably a ready-made tool for it in the FCL. This is what helps developers go from an idea to a finished product so quickly.
Okay, so we've got the engine, right? The CLR and the FCL. But how do developers actually tell this engine what to do? Well, that's where the master language, C# comes into play. C#, and you say it's C#, is the main language used for building with .NET. It's how developers write all the logic, all the features, and craft the user experience. So, C# is the architectural blueprint. The .NET Framework is the expert construction crew that actually brings that blueprint to life. But here's something that's absolutely wild. Even though C# is the main language, the .NET platform itself is actually language independent. That brain, the CLR, can understand code written in over 60 different programming languages. We're talking Visual Basic, F#, C++. This makes the whole ecosystem incredibly flexible and powerful.
Now, as if all that wasn't enough, .NET also gives developers some pretty incredible superpowers. Let's just look at two features that make building powerful, modern apps so much easier.
So, the first superpower is called Link. Now think about it, apps get data from all over the place. Databases, text files, web services, you name it. And in the old days, developers had to learn a different way to talk to each one. Link is like a universal translator for data. It gives you one simple, clean language to ask questions no matter where that data is stored.
And just look how clear the code is. Even if you're not a programmer, you can probably figure out what this does, right? You get some scores, you find all the ones that are greater than 80, and you select them. That readable, simple power is an absolute game changer.
Our second superpower fixes a problem that we have all felt. You know when you click a button in an app and the whole thing just freezes? You can't click anything else? That's usually because the app is stuck doing a big job, like downloading a file. Well, a .NET feature called Async Await completely solves this.
Async and await basically lets a developer say, hey, this task is going to take a while. Go do it in the background, and don't freeze the app while you're at it. This keeps the user interface totally responsive. It's absolutely essential for creating those smooth, modern apps we all expect today.
Okay, we have covered a ton of ground. We've gone from the big problems in software development all the way to the elegant solutions that .NET provides. So let's put it all together.
So here's the whole journey. We started with the labyrinth, the fact that software is just plain complicated to build. The solution? .NET with its managed environment. The engine is made of the CLR brain for stability and the FCL toolbox for speed. Developers use languages like C# to write the instructions, and then they get to use superpowers like LINQ and async await to build really amazing responsive apps.
At the end of the day, .NET isn't just a random collection of tools. It's a complete platform designed to make developers' lives easier. It empowers them to build better, faster, and more secure applications by taking care of all the complexity for them, so they can focus on creating awesome new things. So .NET provides the engine, the toolbox, and the superpowers to bring almost any idea you can dream of to life. The only question left is, if you had all these tools, what amazing thing would you build? Thanks for watching.